Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another episode of Merricks Garage. Today I am going to be building the frame, or at least starting on it. I've done a bunch of mock-ups of how I want it to look and lie, and today I'm going to tack stuff in place and start kind of getting a rough idea of the space it's going to take up, where I need to reinforce and box it, and where I can actually cut weight and minimize some of the structural changes that are present on the stock frame versus what I'm going to need when I put this back underneath with links. It's gonna be a good time. Let's go do it. If this is your first time to my channel, I want to say thank you for coming by. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you can keep abreast of all the changes and new videos that I release. My schedule is generally putting out a video a week, and it encompasses everything from trips and adventures to mistakes to installs and product reviews. I am knees deep in getting the rear link conversion done here. Right now I'm building the frame, and I'm going to detail everything that I do as I go through this process and upload it and open myself up for criticism, comments, and you know, helpful tips and some unhelpful tips too, I'm sure. But if that's up your alley, make sure to give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, click that notification button. You know the YouTube drill. And keep on coming back. I am at B&B Steel in Santa Maria picking up some square tubing for my rear frame build. I come here a lot. This place is fantastic. I'm in the remnant section right now, just kicking around, seeing if there's anything that I can use. It's a lot cheaper to buy it as a remnant than it is to just buy it as a straight stick. I'm going to be going with, I think, 2x5 120 wall. A big stick of that, so 20 feet of that. And then I'm looking for some 2x2 120 wall for my cross members, and then I'm going to get some maybe 1/4 inch but probably 120 wall plate to plate the junction where the box of the frame is going to engage with the old frame. There has to be some plate in here that I can use for my skid plate, belly skid, that I'm hoping to put under the Blazer. I'm thinking this stuff looks pretty good. Yeah. Hey, did you guys dig my new frame? Old frame, new frame. Boxed already. This is a 5x2 120 wall. I got 2 sticks of 8 feet. I've already marked where it's gonna get cut. I'm just waiting on my saw to show up, and we're gonna start building a frame for the truck. All these are going to be supporting structures and cross members. Here are my link tubes, Johnny joints, Heims, all the hardware. I get to build a frame in my garage. It's going to be awesome. A big day today. I'm going to try and get rid of this frame because I'm going to start fabricating the old frame. So let me show you what we got going on here. You guys may remember this frame that I brought home thinking that I was going to be able to figure out exactly where the links were going to go and make it so that this was going to basically, that frame was going to replace the bent frame in the back of mine. Change directions here, and I'm going to be building a frame. So it's time to cut this guy up and get it out of here. Okay, so here's what I've got underneath. This is where that 24-degree bend begins. This point to this point, which is where the bracket needs to mount, is exactly 12 inches. This 40 indicates link length from the current placement of the axle to the bracket right here. So this would be exactly where the link eye bolt would be. And the brackets are going to take up this much space from here to here. So this is the rear bracket, right in this spot. And for reference, that spot is 12 inches from where the curve begins. It's weird how it's lining up so well. And then you roll back to the front where the new bracket is here. And what's up, Scooter?
I'm the little dude.
That's the little dude. And you look up at the front bracket right here, and it's 12 inches, 6 inches, and 12 inches. So a total of 30 inches This is where the factory bracket is gonna sit, and from this point to the rear down there is 88 inches, and 88 inches is the factory length. The bracket is going to be going right at the extreme of that. At this point to the factory location, from here to the factory location where the axle is going to go, is going to end up being 42 inches on the diagonal, which is going to give me a really good link length, very close to where I stand currently. I'm also going to be throwing that dog leg in, where the frame dog legs up over the rear wheel. I've got this pie cut. Basically, it's a 24-degree upslope. So 12 degrees on either side. Make my cuts right like this. Leave the bottom perimeter of the tubing in place. Once I've got this pie cut out, heat up this guy, which will allow me to close this up, and I'll have prepped the edges already. And I'll seam this up with the welder. This will give me the nice up swoop. And then I will do the reverse on the other side of the tubing. Actually, you can see, whoops. This is where the pie cut's actually gonna be. And then there'll be another one reverse like this over here that will bring it back level. So I'm ready to start tacking some stuff in place and getting ready for the cuts on this, but it's starting to take shape. I thought you guys might dig checking it out. I've decided to go this direction just because there was so much with the rear frame, the factory frame, that I was just gonna have to modify, that I thought, why not just start over? I have found the position where I'm going to integrate the two frames together, the front half that's in there and the rear half that I'm going to be fabricating. It's going to be coming together in a junction box that will contain all the link brackets for both the front and the rear, cross member for the transfer case, and a skid plate, belly plate. So I'm really psyched about how the numbers are lining up. I'll show you what I've mocked up over here. But yeah, it's looking like I'm going to have a big center section box, probably 12 inches by 36 inches, that will be the center where everything comes together. And that's where the two pieces of frame will sleeve each other and get seamed in. So, cool stuff. Feel like I'm in over my head, but it's all making sense to me, which kind of has me concerned, but also has me kind of stoked. Yeah, let's go do some welding. All right, I got the link brackets in place. I still got to tack this one in. I got some cross members in, and I have the position of the link brackets where I want them. I'll just give you a rundown of what I got here. So here we have the passenger side link bracket. 5 inches back right here is going to put us into this cross member, which is the 1/4 inch 2x2 1/4 inch wall. This is going to support the tail housing of the transfer case right back there. And here is the other driver's side link bracket. I've still got to get this tacked on, but you can see I've clamped it all in place. I got nice clean surfaces to weld. What you're seeing here is a difference between mill scale and prepped steel. It's just a finish or residual finish from the processing that's left on there, and it's always best to knock this down to pure steel. That way, when you're welding, you're going to have a clean junction. You're going to have clean steel, no contaminants, and a better weld. Making sure that everything lines up right now is critical because I don't want to compound issues as I continue to build this. So I'm really tempted to burn some of these in, but I know that's not the best course of action right now. I need to be patient and just tack them in. So that's what I'm doing, and I'm just triple checking all my measurements to make sure that they line up the way they should. But so far, so good. I'm going to try and avoid, with the factory frames, they actually dogleg in. They dogleg up 24 degrees, about 12 inches behind where the link brackets are going to go, and then they dogleg in about 1.5 inches on each side. The only reason I can see for that is to mount the spring hangers for the leaf springs. It's the only reason I see that in the body mount, but the body mount's not as big of a deal. So I'm going to see if I can get away without shrinking the frame down. If I have to, it's probably not a big deal. I'll just pie cut it longitudinally and go from there. But yeah, may not look like much, but I'm happy with how this is starting to shape up. And it's pretty bitchin' to be able to build a frame in your garage. Well, let's not get carried away here, right? There's a big difference between throwing some tubing together and actually putting it in a truck and driving and have it not kill you. Buddy, hot day, hot work, hot damn! Here's where we're gonna leave it.